of public procurement. Good evening, Mr. Imoni. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Welcome to Politics Tonight.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Right, so let's start this conversation with your general scorecard of the Governor Yahaya administration. How would you rate his performance?
Excellence. Nothing short of excellence.
Right, so in the last 8 years, which project, in your opinion, is the governor's best and worst?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, in the last 8 years, in terms of projects, His Excellency Yahaya Bello, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, has recorded excellence across all sectors, more particularly the energy sector, education sector, the health sector, works generally, security. As a matter of fact, these are nothing short of excellence, to the credit of the amiable governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Yahaya Bello.
Right, based on the kind of conversation we're having tonight, I'd like us to zero into specific areas like health, education, infrastructure, security, and agriculture, which are some of the thematic areas in his administration's blueprint. How will you rate his performance in these sectors, one after the other?
Well, as a matter of fact, like I've said, and I'll continue to say, is nothing short of excellence. If I should pick, start with, let's say, the energy sector. As a matter of fact, His Excellency have done unprecedentedly well. And like the successive government areas that they have abandoned, His Excellency Yahaya Bello has been able to right the wrongs. More particularly, you may have heard of the fact that His Excellency in the last 8 years have distributed over 100, to be specific, 146 500 kVA transformers across the three senatorial districts as a relief and replacement of bronze transformers in the various locations across the three senatorial districts of Kogi State. You may have heard of Project Light Up Kogi East. The Kogi East is the Eastern Senatorial District that is composed of about 9 local governments. Before the administration of Yahaya Bello, that was what we call rationing, interlocal government rationing of lights between the local governments. And what informed that was that the high tension cable that was laid across the 11-kilometer Itobe bridge does not have the capacity to carry out the energy demand or sustain the energy demand in the line local government of the Eastern Senatorial District. This was brought to the knowledge of His Excellency, and His Excellency came up with the idea of this Project Light Up Kogi East. What used to be 90 meters of cable was upgraded to 300 meters of XLPE cables to be able to serve the 9 local governments of the Eastern Senatorial District of Kogi State. That was a major hub because successive administration have neglected this fact, and His Excellency Yahaya Bello, who is a people-oriented governor, a result-oriented governor, make sure that he came to the demands of these people and implemented this. And today, over 70 communities and settlements across Kogi East now have steady power supply. I must also tell you about the installation of about 6,800 meters of 185 mm XLPE cable across the Murtala Mohammed Bridge to service photography and the environs. Before the administration of His Excellency, these areas totaling about 69 communities around that Kogi local government, Kogi local government, were in total darkness. But when His Excellency installed this, as I speak with you today, they enjoy nothing less than 18 hours power supply in that region. I can also mention to you that communities from Lokoja, Natako area, Banda, Karara, Ijiho, Baude, Jamata, down to Ogbongboro. In fact, His Excellency has done immeasurably well to make sure that these communities benefit from rural electrification projects. Reinforcement of line structures and replacement of vandalized line across various locations in the state is one of the major hubs of His Excellency. You know, before His Excellency came on board as governor, criminalities and all other social crises was the order of the day. And most of the existing structures in the energy sector were vandalized and whatever were faced with the demands and the need to replace all these vandalized facilities. As I speak with you today, all has been restored 100%. 100%. Today in Kogi State, we enjoy light even better than the people that are in the Federal Capital Territory. You can quote me anywhere. This is subject to verification. You can come and verify it, and you will see and testify that what I have said is true. Provision of two-number transformers and materials. We have upgraded the energy supply in most areas at 3 kVA, and we have also installed street lights across areas like Lokoja Township roads, Okene Township Road, Kaba Township Road, and most of our institutions like Costec, Kaba, Kogi State University, Kaba, is the new university. If you go there now, you will not believe your eyes. Construction is going on there simultaneously as it regards, installation of power supply and other related matters. Across board, His Excellency has done tremendously well. Communities in the East that have benefited from the power supply in this administration are immeasurable. As a matter of fact, Ministry of Rural Development have also done their bit, and today we have been able to light up the whole of Kogi State in the energy sector. And if I must mention to you what His Excellency has done in the education sector, well, as a matter of fact, His Excellency is an individual that believes in the saying that education is the key to success. And he doesn't just believe in that. He has also demonstrated that belief in several areas. before I go into the projects, capital projects, as far as education is concerned, I want to let you know that what His Excellency has done cut across welfare, empowerment, and structural development as far as education is concerned. You will recall that the effect of subsidy removal, melted untold hardship on Nigerians, and Kogi State was not an exception. And part of the measures His Excellency put in place to cushion the effects of the subsidy removal was to see how he can alleviate, the expenses in education. As I speak with you, His Excellency has declared free education from primary to secondary school level. Today, at this level, you don't pay a dime going to school as a measure to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. Another very good thing he has done is that for those that will write WAEC this year, over 15,000 of them, His Excellency have paid off all their WAEC registration fee. And just yesterday, His Excellency also paid off JAMB registration fee for the 15,000 students that benefited from the WAEC scholarship. And as if that wasn't enough, you may have heard that the new university, that is Kogi State University, Kaba, we matriculated over 1,500 students last week. And to ensure smooth running and takeoff by the students, His Excellency graciously paid off the registration fee of all of these students. So, in terms of welfare, this is what His Excellency has done in education. Well, empowerment. Of course, we have employed more than 1,600 teachers as we speak in Kogi State. They have undergone training. The existing ones have undergone training. Some are still undergoing training as we speak. Capacity building is one of the areas that the Excellency doesn't joke with. Now let us go to infrastructure, educational infrastructure. It is unprecedented. Never has it been done. As a matter of fact, His Excellency has done what Napoleon could not do as far as Kogi State is concerned. In the 8 years, His Excellency established 2 state universities, namely the COSTECH, that's Confluence University of Science and Technology. Secondly, Kogi State University, Kaba. In the University of Science and Technology, as a matter of fact, I can tell you as a DG procurement of Kogi State that place, if you go there today, you will be overwhelmed and flabbergasted because the Senate building is 100%, the lecture theaters are 100% in operation. We have faculties that we have built from scratch, faculty of engineering, faculty of health science, faculty of what is it called now? ICT, and the library. We have also built the library. Internal road networks. We have supplied vehicles as much as possible, and we have also bought put other infrastructure in place, like the fire trucks and what have you. Hostels have, in fact, when you get there, as a matter of fact, you will be shocked. Now we have the pioneer students that are already in 300 level and about graduating into 400 level and other levels as we speak in COSTECH. COSTECH is heaven on earth because His Excellency is a man with taste, a visionary leader, a leader par excellence, a rare combination of power, excellence, and humility. This man is result-oriented and he believes in education. Now, the second university is the Kogi State University, Kaba. As a matter of fact, that place is a project site. Everything is going on simultaneously. We have been able to deliver lecture theaters. We have been able to deliver other classrooms. We have been able to deliver administrative blocks. Some are already about 87, 89% completed. Internal road is going. Electrification project is simultaneously going on there, and as well as hostels for students are simultaneously going on there. As a matter of fact, we have over 1,500 students that subscribed, and the school accommodated all of them, and we can even accommodate more. That is to tell you how proactive, how forward His Excellency is when it comes to education. That being said, on tertiary education, because if I want to go over all other tertiary education, like School of Nursing,
I mean,
School of Nursing.
Mr. Himoni, you've been very
Yes.
elaborate, and it looks like we can end the show here because you've basically touched on every sector. But let's kindly hold on. Let's go back to some of these capital projects and their significance. This time, let's focus on the health sector. And in the area of health, especially the establishment of the world-class reference hospital in Okene, how was life before and after that project?
Well, as a matter of fact, first of all, to start with, the reference hospital Okene is the first tertiary hospital in Kogi State since its creation over 28 years ago, the first of its kind. And I am made bold to tell you that that reference hospital is the first of its kind, given the equipment that are in there in the whole of West Africa. The tertiary, the reference hospital had to come in because the area where this hospital was located was practically, which is the Central Senatorial District, was practically abandoned. No health sector was functioning before His Excellency came on board. And when he came on board, the need to site the reference hospital was very, very demanding, and he made sure that reference hospital came to be. We used to have a general hospital there, and we used to have in the general hospital we had what do you call the morgue, where the mortuary. As a matter of fact, it was a mess, a shadow of itself, and an eyesore. And in fact, no living thing can survive in that place. I meant it. No living thing, let alone a human being or a patient. But when His Excellency came on board, it has turned that place around. We did not just renovate and remodel the existing general hospital and the morgue. He built another one in addition, which is the reference hospital. And the reference hospital today is fully operational. Operations are going on there day in, day out. People are coming from all over the country to that reference hospital because there are facilities there that you cannot find anywhere in South Africa. One of which is the hyperbaric oxygen that reduces the time frame for healing. If you have fracture in that hyperbaric oxygen, within 4 weeks, you can get back to the field of play. So His Excellency has installed world-class projects there. As a matter of fact, in the whole of West Africa, you can't get anything like that, like we have in the reference hospital. Okay? It's been wonderful. The life is that it has put smile on the faces of the people. Those who cannot afford the reference hospital, the general hospital is also there to cater for their needs. So the referrals from different hospitals across board have been welcome, and they handled at the reference hospital.
Right,
His Excellency has really tried for the people.
Fantastic.
In that aspect.
But can you confirm to us that, kindly hold on, can you confirm to us that renal and coronary disorders for which some people travel abroad can now be accurately investigated and treated at a hospital?
That is the least of our problem now. I can tell you. We are handling more sensitive cases. He needn't go abroad to do everything. That one is even the least of it in the scale of preference. Yes, I can confirm that 100%.
Great. So what would you pick as the highs and lows of Governor Bello's tenure?
Well, as a matter of fact, if you say low, well, unholy criticism, uninformed criticism, as a matter of fact, mischief, more particularly during the COVID era. His Excellency stood his ground and make sure that Kogi State people remain healthy, and it was affecting the economy of Nigeria and that of Kogi State. But His Excellency stood his ground and was able to make sure that the impact of the COVID, quote and unquote, you understand, we don't the negative impact of that COVID did not really affect us in Kogi State. His Excellency stood his ground, he conscientized the people, educates the people, and the need to keep our economy booming and also encourage increased participation of SMEs. And listen, well, we faced a lot of challenges. We faced a lot of black meat from all over the country and those who were catching out of it. But His Excellency, being a godly man and a man, a visionary leader who is true to his word, stood his ground. And as a matter of fact, today everybody is praising him to have done that. That was the low of this government. It was low because it affected the revenue generation and the economic hub. But for the proactiveness of His Excellency, we were able to fight through. The height of it is the security. What we are doing, what His Excellency has done on security, as a matter of fact, I don't think there's any governor, without mincing words, in this country that has the capacity and the capability to do it. Kogi State is safe. You can go to bed with your two eyes closed. His Excellency has received awards, national, state, and international awards as far as security is concerned in this state. And I give it to him. He's going to be leaving a very big shoe for his successor to come in. He's a wonderful man. Security is top notch, 100%. No compromise. No, no compromise at all on aspect of security. We really commend him because whatever happens around Kogi State, we are only hearing it. Here in Kogi State, as a matter of fact, we find it very difficult to believe that some of the things that are happening in other states are actually happening. Well, His Excellency has really fought the insecurity, the menace of insecurity, because when he came on board, Kogi State was a home and the host for all form of insecurity. But today, it has been reduced to the barest minimum, and we thank him for that.
Simon, let's take a break, and when I return, we will continue this conversation. Tonight, we're focused on Governor Yahaya Bello's highs and lows as he prepares to hand over to his successor in a few days. We'll take a break now, and I will be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Politics Tonight, everyone. Tonight, I've been speaking with a lawyer who is also the Director General, Kogi State's Bureau of Public Procurement, Sunday Ehimoni, as we focus on Governor Yahaya Bello's 8 years in office. Mr. Ehimoni, thank you so much for staying with Politics Tonight. I mean, arguably, being a governor automatically makes him the political leader of Kogi State. What kind of a leader is Governor Bello?
Governor Bello is a servant leader, a visionary leader, a leader by birth and by inclination, a leader with empathy, a leader that has sympathy for the people, a people-oriented leader, and a result-oriented leader. This is how best I can describe him. He is a father, a mentor, a benefactor.
But being the youngest serving governor, do you think the governor showed capacity in handling the responsibilities of his office? And would you say, or has it made young people proud?
As a matter of fact, Yahaya Bello has demonstrated capacity in all regards and in every aspect. And that has made the need for young people to come on board very enviable. As a matter of fact, Yahaya Bello is a good ambassador of the young generation in this country. He has proven it that young people can do it and do it better. He has proven it that young people in governance can do better. As a matter of fact, I was 39 on my way to 40 when I was appointed in 2020. If he hadn't given me the opportunity, I would not be where I am today. And his chief of staff was 37 when he was appointed. And we have a lot of young people within the age bracket of 28 and 45. As far 90% of us in this government, and we are doing very, very well. We have tremendous support from His Excellency. His Excellency leads by example. I hope you know that he runs an open governance. You know, he's very, very open. He leads by example. He takes the front seat and others follow. He wants you to do it and watch him do it and improve on it. He's a listening leader. Without him in Kogi State, the young people before now used to be used as political dogs. When he came on board, he has empowered us. For the first time, His Excellency made sure that all the chairpersons, that is vice chairpersons across the 21 local governments of Kogi State are all women. And these are women within the age of 25 to 35 or 40 at most. That is His Excellency. And he also made sure that all the council leaders, I meant the speakers at the local government council, they were all women across board in Kogi, across the local government in Kogi State. His Excellency, that was the first time that will ever be. If you come to Kogi State today, you see one young man or the other occupying one agency or another. He gave us the opportunity to explore and unleash our potentials. And we are very, very grateful to him. He turned us from being a political thug to resourceful personalities. He made us honorable. He gave us a name.
Right. So
he gave us a sense of belonging. A sense of belonging. That is priceless. Money cannot buy that. We are eternally grateful to him. And he's also handing over to a very young man too.
We'll talk about that later. We'll get to that. But can you authoritatively say that Yahaya Bello left Kogi State better than he met it?
With my full chest, he is leaving Kogi State better than he met it. As a matter of fact, Yahaya Bello has done more than enough for anybody taking over from him, more particularly the governor-elect, to be able to stand and take off on a very, very good note. Kogi State today, nobody will come after Yahaya Bello that will be able to break Yahaya Bello's record. It will be very, very difficult. You can only consolidate on his effort. I can tell you that.
Right. So before we talk about succession, let's talk about financial transparency and accountability. How would you rate his administration?
I'm not even the one that will rate it. The World Bank has rated for 3 consecutive years. We took first position. That is the World Bank, where transparency and accountability is top-notch. They came down to Kogi State and rated Yahaya Bello 3 consecutive years to take first position. Excellence. So that speaks for yourself. You can Google it. It's all over the internet for Nigerians to see. So me rating it now is like undermining the effort of the World Bank. So Yahaya Bello is transparent, is accountable, disciplined. I've never seen a governor that is financially disciplined like Yahaya Bello. Look, come to think of it, Kogi State used to be a civil servant state before Yahaya Bello come. What do we have? What is our source of income? What is our source of revenue? Yahaya Bello came on board and turned the whole thing around. All these projects Yahaya Bello has executed across board. Where do you think the money is coming from? It takes a prudent leader to be able to achieve that. Yahaya Bello is got a magic wand. He's disciplined, very, very disciplined with finances and highly prudent. If you don't have anything to offer, if you are not result-oriented, you can never be able to work with Yahaya Bello. That I can assure you. It's highly transparent. The World Bank recognized that and they gave it to him. Thank you.
Right. So let's get back to this capital project. I mean, all of these landmark achievements, infrastructural projects are here. But what structure is the governor putting in place or has put in place to ensure that there is proper maintenance after he leaves office?
Yes. One of it is to take somebody from the system to succeed him. Somebody who had been part of the system in the last 8 years. Especially somebody who is in touch with the grassroots. The governor-elect, His Excellency Usman Ododo, was the Auditor General of the local government. And you know how thorough these auditors can be. If you are a friend of the auditor, it does not immune you from being, striped. So the Auditor General of the local government has been part of the system in the last 8 years, and that is the man that is succeeding Yahaya Bello. It's one of the measures to sustain the legacy projects and the structures he has put in place. Yahaya Bello had a roadmap as far as Kogi State is concerned for the next 32 years, and we intend to follow that strictly for the benefit of Kogi, the good people of Kogi State, starting from us. So he has laid down a very, very good foundation. All the structures has been well laid and properly laid. Whoever is coming on board has no choice. In fact, we'll be grateful to him that he has given a very good platform to start on a very good note. So we don't have any cause to worry. In any case, Yahaya Bello is not going anywhere. As far as I am concerned, he will be where he will be, and he will also be giving us the necessary guide, because we can never ever get tired of his wealth of experience and his wisdom. We always run to him to ask him wherever we have issues. So he's a father and he will continue to be a father. He's a mentor and he will continue to be a mentor. He's a leader and he will continue to be a leader. As far as Kogi State is concerned, we will not be able to run it effectively well without Yahaya Bello's input, because he conceived the idea, he conceived the vision, and we are ready to ride with him any day, any time, for as long as it takes until Kogi becomes the envy of the world. Thank you very much.
All right. So after 8 years, how would you assess ease of doing business in Kogi State?
Perfect.
What is it like?
Perfect. Yahaya Bello, when we came on board, as a matter of fact, the first of all, dealing with the aspect of insecurity has really eased business, ease of doing business in Kogi State. And Yahaya Bello, so during the COVID, increased the capital base of the SMEs from 30 million to 100 million, so that we can ensure the increased participation of SME in public procurement. And Yahaya Bello is a leader that believes in the local context. Most of the capital projects we have undertaken, except for these very sensitive ones that requires special and outside professionals from outside Kogi State. Most of these projects are handled by contractors that are resident here in Kogi State. So the financial flow and the money flow in Kogi State is the chain that everybody is benefiting from. It's coming, the graph is coming up and down and all going around the cycles. So the business has really, really improved in Kogi State, courtesy of the leadership style of His Excellency Yahaya Bello.
Right. So, I mean, before we move on to other issues, I'd like you to talk to us about how the governor has generated more revenue for Kogi State, even with the abundance of mineral resources in that state. Is the state doing well?
Very well. Like I told you, Yahaya Bello has a magic wand. and is such a one that thinks outside the box. When the Bello came on board, the revenue house was just one four-bedroom flat somewhere. The edifice we have in Kogi State today, no country, no state has it in this country. The only place that can compete with us is the Federal Capital Territory. The Bello put in that revenue house today. The Bello inherited the revenue of 150, between 150 million to 250 million, barely 200, 350 million when it came on board. And before the COVID set in, we were already costing to 2.5 billion. And when the COVID came in, it affected us a little, and we went back to about 1.2, 1.3. But today, as we speak, we are generating revenue of about 5 billion in Kogi State monthly.
But
that's the avenue for you.
But can you consider the governor as someone who places the interest of the state above any personal interest or gains?
Yes. The interest of the state is number one as far as the Bello is concerned. No form of sentiment, whether personal, religious, ethnic, or whatever, can override that. If you dare it, you have stepped on the lion's tail.
Right, let's now talk about succession. His choice candidate, Usman Adodo, will be sworn in as the next governor of Kogi State in a few days. Do you see him making his predecessor proud for supporting him as his succession?
I see more than that. The governor-elect, His Excellency Ahmed Usman Adodo, is a wonderful man. Like I said before, he's an auditor. He's very thorough. He's a result-oriented. There's nothing Ododo will not give you to achieve results. If you want to be his enemy, don't be result-oriented. He will never take that for granted. So there is no alternative to Ododo. Ododo is the best choice we can have to succeed the Ibelo. And when he comes on board, you will see him demonstrate that. It's either you bring results or you get out, because he's very, very thorough. But he's friendly, he's very, extremely humble. But what he will not compromise is quality. Ododo will not do that. That I can assure you.
Well, also talking about his rating in the States, especially as he prepares to leave office, would you say his ovation is high or low among the people?
Very high. Yabelo is leaving the office as the governor of Kogi State with his shoulder high. We cannot have enough of him. People are, in fact, we are already missing him. We wish we can extend his stay as governor, because we know what we are going to benefit. The vision is very high. He's leaving when the vision is the loudest.
Right. So before I go tonight, before I let you go tonight, I would like you to quickly talk us through the reasons for the establishment of additional universities in Kogi State. What were the challenges?
Yes. As a matter of fact, what we have on ground, we may even need more. We had, you see, there is hardly any university in this country and outside this country that you don't see Kogites being in the forefront looking for admission. Kogites, as a matter of fact, they are everywhere. And to address that, we need our own home-based university. The Kogi State University, then now Prince Abubakar Audu University, that's located in the eastern part of Kogi State, was overwhelmed by the influx of students and the need to establish the COSTECH, that is Confluence University of Science and Technology, was brought to bear because of the increased demand in skillful activities and engineering activities. And the recent one that just matriculated over about 1,500 students. Is also located in the Western Senatorial District. Like I told you, it's a new university and we already have 1,500 students. You can see that the demand, you cannot beat the rich. So this is one of the major challenges to ensure that Kogats goes to school and they have access to university education. Thank you.
Right. As we wrap up tonight, so from what you know, from what you may have observed, what do you think is in the future politically for Yahaya Bello? What do you think may be his next line of action politically?
Politically, Yahaya Bello is indispensable as far as I am concerned. Anyone who knows him and knows how he works and knows how result oriented he is, you will know that dispensing with him is at your own risk. You need the ability to get results. The future is very bright for him politically.
Right. I mean, all we can say here is that we wish him the very best as he leaves office in the next few days. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Mr. Himoni. He is
Thank you very much.
a lawyer and the Director General, Kogi
Yeah.
State's Bureau of Public Procurement. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight as we take a look at Yahaya Bello's years as Governor of Kogi State. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm grateful.